I'm doing an opening statement.
Yep.
Well, exciting game. I'm happy for our team that this team beat us last year pretty good at Murray State. We're looking at a lot of like kind of a mirror of each other as far as young and building. And so I'm very proud of our kids being able to pull it out in the clutch. Last year, we would have struggled more with that, so I'm excited about that. Definitely, you can see a lot of things we need to work on, and we will do that. But really, I'm happy that we got a win. Those were really hard to get last year, so every single one of them we're going to be excited about.
All right. Well, Vicki, first of all, I mean, obviously it's the first time I've seen you this year, and the offensive assuredness that your team has, and it's out of more than one source. I'll get into that in a little bit. Just tell me about that and how important it's been to your start, and obviously how important it was throughout the game today, because although there were lulls here and there, you were pretty consistent throughout most of the game.
Well, that was one of the main things that we were looking for last year in recruiting. We knew we needed to bring in some people that could spread the court and could help us score the ball, because we struggled with that mightily last year. But the other thing we did, and I've got to give our coaches a lot of credit for, even though through COVID we haven't had the time that we wanted, our individual development has really, really helped our players, and you can see them starting to really grow in different areas, especially scoring the ball.
You had 6 different players today in double figures, but I want to start with Caitlyn Anderson and her improvement this year. That's been evident from the beginning. What has been the big difference for her in terms of her confidence? You saw it at the end of the game. She had the steal on the sideline. She had the second chance bucket that she took into the paint. She just looks like a different player this year. What's the biggest difference for her?
Well, I think Caitlyn really continued from where she left off last year. It took Caitlyn a while to get into the rhythm of what we were doing as a freshman, and she was also out for a lot of our preseason because of illness. So it took her a while to get into it and get the flow. Last year, by the last 5 games, Caitlyn really started to find herself and to get her confidence going. And then she's just built upon that. And Coach Jazz has done a great job working with our guards, and BC has done a great job working with our posts. But, she's confident with the ball, and she's really hard to stay in front of.
Another player who looks like she's made pretty significant progress is Adrienne Peoples. You had that early, you started off really well early, and then towards the end of the first quarter, when you took your starters out, she really sustained that really good start you had, and she also looked really consistent and improved from last year. What's been her difference?
Adrienne is just confidence. Adrienne Peoples can score the ball. She has a knack for scoring and a knack for rebounding. She just finds a way to get it done. And for Adrienne, the game just really needed to slow down because it was so fast for her last year. This year, the game has slowed down a little bit for her. She still struggles in some of the areas. I mean, one of the areas I'm going to talk about that we struggle in is defense. When you're giving up 80 points, we can't do that on a nightly basis. So that's what we're really going to have to get a lot better at. But definitely Adrienne is another one of those that is just, kind of found her way.
Maybe the thing that I take away from this the most is that although you were steady throughout a significant part of the game, you did have adversity to deal with. I mean, you had some foul trouble. Murray State, to their credit, they never let up. I mean, they kept coming at you. They briefly took the lead there in the fourth quarter. But your team responded each time they made a run. How encouraging is that, obviously, going forward as you go through the season, that the team didn't really, even though they made runs, I never felt like you guys lost control of the game at any point in this game.
Well, I'm glad you didn't, but I did there a little bit. I got a little nervous there, especially when we started turning the ball over against the press, which is uncharacteristic for us. This week is finals week for our kids, so I think that has been a little bit of an issue for them. But, I think that this group, even last year when we didn't win very much, They still, we never lost faith. And our whole thing is building on what we did last year and just getting better day by day. And when we see that, and when we're doing that, they can see their improvement. Basically from Illinois, we came out, we really didn't do what we needed to do. Detroit, we did a lot better. Murray State is a good team. They beat, one of our opponents in our conference pretty mightily.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of shows that we just got to keep building on what we're doing, and hopefully we'll get to where we want to be.
It's a short turnaround to Monday. How do you handle a 2-day? I guess I say that, and then you do it in conference play all the time. So is that kind of the way you handle this coming up Monday?
Yeah, and then this year we're going to have actual back-to-back games. So it is what it is, and we're just going to have to do that. Western Illinois is a very good team. They shoot the ball extraordinarily well. They're going to play a zone the whole entire game. And they're probably, press us or trap us or do something else because, but, we'll get our kids together. We need to get them. Luckily, it's been an early game, so we can get some rest. Tomorrow we'll walk through some stuff and show them what to do and hopefully come out, and it'd be great to start off 2-0 at the Holman Center.